What's up, guys, gals, and Book Nook pals? It's Pluck the Bunny with another Book Nook unboxing. Hopefully you're liking the channel. If you do, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Help me out. Hit that bell for notifications. I guess that's how it works. And please, in the comments, tell me what Book Nook you'd like to see me unbox next. Hopefully you came here from my last video, which is the brand new Mini City Aerospace Foundry, which I will attempt to put right here. If not, welcome to the channel anyway. So today we have the new Robin Hood Max Book Nook from Mini City. And if you know, the Max Book Nooks are a little bit wider, a little bit shorter. So they're like a double wide, 3/4 height Book Nook. So let's take a look at what we got here. All right. Okay. So the Aerospace Foundry was a little different stylistically. It was from a new designer. This is going to be a little closer to what we've come to expect from Mini City. Aesthetically speaking, it is from their normal design team. I'm going to hit the overhead on, get us some better light, and let's dig into it. All right, so it's a Mini City kit. So we have the Mini City Thor's hammer. What I really like about this that I just noticed, guys, is they're actually branded. You get the little Mini City branding right here. That's pretty cool. I don't know if they were doing that the whole time and I just didn't notice, or if it's a new thing, but I am happy to see it nonetheless. We got our glue, which did come in its own little bag in case it exploded in shipment. So I guess I definitely appreciate that. Remember, guys, B7000 is a type of glue, not a brand. This is GSE. It does look like a new brand that they are using for their Book Nooks. I can't quite read that symbol down on the top of the red right here, but seems to work pretty good. And we got a couple of those now to add to the collection. All right, we got our standard packet. Okay, look, little rings in here, guys. There is a chain, much to my chagrin. This Book Nook does have a chain, so be careful with that. Another blue set of tweezers. I like the blue ones. All right, we got our, they call this a frosted stick, but this is our tiny emery board, double black. We're going to throw that in the corner. These are the tape squares for wire management and our metal rings right there, so just take care to not lose those. There's said chain, just to help keep this bag visible since the tools are out of it. I'm going to put the chain in this bag. All right, we got our lighting package here. So it looks like we got the standard AAA battery box, all right, with the touch sensor on one side and a wiring harness on the other side. What I really like, what they seem to be doing recently, is the color coding their wires. So each individual LED has a different set of wires, which does make the instructions easier to understand versus just grabbing the 30mm one or the 40mm one or the 32mm one. So that's nice to see. Do wish they'd switch to AA's, but you know, beggars can't be choosers, and you can always upgrade that yourself. If you want to know how to change the batteries or the lighting in your kit, please click the link right here, if everything works, to the playlist. If nothing shows up here, that means I just never figured out how to do it. Maybe I'll put a link in the comments. Little decal sheet, some of Sir Robin of Locksley's flags, I guess. All right. Again, we have nice bound instruction manuals now. Now, they do have digital versions of their instruction manuals available. So if you do want the digital version, I don't know if it's in the instruction manual, the 3D barcode, but you... Oh, look at that. Okay, good. So it is included in their manual, which is nice. All right, that's our... So if you see, it's shorter and wider. That is our Max format for the Book Nook. I really like this ornamental border around the outside, and I am already not looking forward to building that 3D acrylic chandelier in the middle. Now, one thing they have changed on their manuals, I saw it in the Aerospace Foundry, and I'm seeing here, is they have brightened up their graphics a bit, and they have some nice cutouts. That is based off of feedback from you guys. That's right. I reached out to them based on the feedback that the dark on dark in the manuals made it really hard to determine what pieces went in what slots. They really took that feedback well, and made it a point to say that they were going to address it going forward. So please keep giving me feedback on stuff that you want to see. They do listen to the community. As is standard with Mini City, we're going to build this in sections. So we have the right side and center first, then we have the back, then we have the left wall and main case. And they're all going to assemble in this is the exploded view, and they'll all go together. Pretty standard in terms of what the instruction manual is. There's no secrets here. Again, it is sectioned out like this. I do like how they show you all the pieces you're going to use at the beginning of each section. So on pages 4 and 5. Oh, cool. Let me show you where all the pieces are. There's actually a number guide for all the pieces in case you've lost some stuff. That's pretty neat. All right, so moving on to the pieces themselves. All right, again, please be careful when you're cutting open the stuff. You don't want to spend money on a book nook and then immediately destroy it. So I'm just going to put a quick cut right here. This is hard plastic. You can see this is the actual piece. Nothing's actually going to be used here, so I don't have to worry about damaging anything. Safer probably would have been to do my standard zigzag sharp tooth cut on the outside, but you know, I like to live dangerously, especially when we're talking about Robin Hood. All right, you can see on the side, one thing they do, another feature which is really nice, are these cutouts right here. They help you to keep the pieces, the sheets in order and orient them. I happen to use a vertical magazine holder with binder clips, which is something I stole from a member of the Book Nook community because everyone's always sharing helpful advice over there. So I don't use these particularly myself, but it's nice that they're thinking about the user experience when they're designing their pieces. We have some railings here. Okay, it does look like there's going to be some folds, and you can see there are some perforations right here to bend these at 90 degrees. Hopefully I will be doing a video very soon about the little tip and trick to score these to make them easier to fold without breaking. Some crazy acrylic shaped piece here. I'm guessing it's going to be like a lake or something. I'm not really sure. This is our front piece, so this kind of gives you an idea of the overall shape of the Nook itself. We have a pretty crazy acrylic sheet here, some chandelier pieces, another chandelier piece. We got some scenic stuff like trees and mountains, and we have Robin Hood and his merry men. Looks like Robin Hood right here. Some merry men here, of different sizes, including some spears, and even a teeny tiny one right there. All right, our outside pieces, they have this cool like oil painting look to them. Oh, that's okay. So that's the ceiling right there. That's our Robin Hood. I like how the eye is dotted with the arrow, and the arrow is going into the power button, the sensor. So we have a more of a realistic style here. This is gonna be our back piece with our battery compartment right here. You know, more of a paintings that not hyper realism, but the facsimile of realism. You can even tell that in this computer generated, but still pretty cool water effect here with the ripples. All right. So obviously this is where our acrylic piece is going to factor in. I'm guessing it is some kind of lake. All right. More flags to match. Now, it does look like there's going to be a lot of things broken up. Usually when you see an image superimposed on another image, that means different elements are going to be piled in front of it to help us see what's going on. That's really cool. This will be one of our sides, a little wanted poster for Mr. Hood or Sir Hood. Cool, like, copy of a wax seal. And again, this is that ornamented outside, which looks like some really cool woodwork right there. Really like this oil painting style. I don't know, I've been watching a lot of Bob Ross lately on Netflix, not Netflix, on YouTube, and this really kind of gives me that vibe. Oh, and look at the other side. So the one side is the wanted poster, and then this is like the text on the bottom of the wanted poster. So that's pretty cool. Very thematic on the outside. Everything feels tied together. Very consistent in terms of what the style is. Lots of stuff going on. So contrasting that, if you did see their other new video, the Aerospace Foundry, lots of plain pieces, lots of simple colors to kind of create a nice canvas for you to build your space station on. Here, lots of visual stuff going on. You know, it does look more, if you look at the final picture, we're looking more architectural here, like the Napoleon Book Nook, rather than a scene with a lot of physical elements. Mini City does like their architectural builds. Don't know what these pieces are, but there's certainly a lot of them. Always they do a wonderful job with their patterned wood flooring. It's always my favorite part of any of their kits, except for maybe their brickwork. So they really do like their architectural stuff, and they always have the best laser cuts on these pieces. Like look at this the work here. It's truly is like a work of art. It's incredibly well done. Some tile flooring. No, there's no tile flooring. They didn't have tile, but I don't know what that material would be. I guess I'm not really a historian. Again, beautiful brick pieces here, such variations in color. So even though it is a solid plain object, you still get a lot of color variations. So interesting to see on this, right? Their last kit, not too much going on in terms of visual elements. I'm sorry, in terms of visual patterns on their elements, but a lot more elements and a ton of double-sided printing. Contrasting that with the Robin Hood kit, where we have lots of detailed patterns on the pieces with less physical elements and more and less double-sided printing. So just kind of really contrasting the styles of these two pieces from the same company. You can see the old manufacturer versus the new designer. So the old designer versus the new designer. So this looks awesome. I'm always a fan of the Max Kit format. I think they look like really cool display pieces. Some people might say it's not really a book nook per se, because it doesn't fit as well between books, but in the spirit of the community, it's absolutely a book nook to me. I love it. I think it's going to look great. Definitely up there, and especially in terms of the Max Book Nooks for me. So until then, please like, please subscribe. Please tell me in the comments what you want to see me unbox next that's coming out. Don't forget to visit us over on the subreddit if you want more Book Nook content. Until then, it's Pluck the Bunny saying good looking, good nooking.